All right, what's good, y'all? Bless Squad. How y'all feeling about the background? I had to switch it up a little bit, give y'all a different look. We got the Lego sets right here in the background. I just love the background. I've had these Lego sets for a while, and I was like, why don't I make this into a background? So that's exactly what we're going to do. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Bless Squad, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy, Blessed Applesauce here to bless y'all with another video here on Blessed to Invest. And today I want to talk to y'all about the biggest money wasters y'all are probably doing right now that you need to avoid. Because on this channel, we're talking about money, how to save money, how to invest your money. And if you cannot save, if you're blowing your money on stupid things, you're going to set yourself a lot farther back than you should be. So I want to get into the top 5 money wasters and how to avoid them and what you can do to limit the amount of money you're spending. So without further ado, let's get into it. Hit the like button, of course. Sub down below for all the content that we're going to be doing. And let's get into it. So number one is going to be eating out. And on top of that, there's another caveat to that as well. It's getting drinks. Eating out is going to be a super big expense. As you see, inflation has been skyrocketing. It's been hitting food prices. I like to go to Popeyes a lot and get my spicy chicken sandwich, the one that everybody was going crazy for. But I've noticed it was originally $3.99. Now it's almost $6. Like, what's going on, Popeyes? And that's happening with a lot of different food spots right now. Prices of food is skyrocketing. So that's just going to add to your everyday budget of going out and getting food. On top of that, if you look at the standard budget, if you were to pay for, if you were to make your own breakfast instead of going to McDonald's to get breakfast, or you were planning to uh, eat out for lunch, and you can versus saving money where just making your own sandwich or whatever you want to get for lunch, some salad or something like that. Instead of doing that, you're going to be saving hundreds of dollars. Usually, on average, when you go to these different restaurants, you're going to be paying what, $30, $50, and then you got to throw a tip on there on top of that. If you're living in New York, it might be a lot higher than that. You might be spending $100 a meal. It can get super expensive. If you're doing this on a daily basis, consistently, it's really going to add up. So definitely watch out for the food. And then on top of that, with drinks included, um, I like to occasionally drink. When I go out, I think it's just you get your margarita on the side, you get your food, you get your steak, you get your shrimp, and then you get a margarita on the side. You always got to do that. But you realize adding that in, you're spending 10, 15, sometimes $20 for a drink that's like that big. It's not that crazy. And you're thinking, like, did I really need to spend all that money? You could have got a whole bottle for that price right there. So figure it out. Make sure you're managing yourself in your budget when it comes to food. I don't recommend just going monk mode and you don't go out at all, because I feel like life is to be enjoyed. Life, you need to live life. So going out is a very important thing to do, but make sure you're managing it. Set a budget in place, whether that's $300 a month that you're going to be spending on eating out, whether it's $500, whether it's $100, whatever you need to figure out based on your budget. I know mine is about, try to stick around three-ish a month for my monthly budget of eating out. But it's going to vary for you depending on your situation. So make sure you keep that in check and manage that big money waster that a lot of people spend money on. Next is going to be subscriptions and things that you pay for on a monthly basis. This is going to be your Netflix. This is going to be your Hulu. This is going to be your Amazon Prime. This is going to be that gym membership that you were planning to go to at the beginning of the year, but you haven't got there for some reason. For some reason, you didn't go to the gym this month. Make sure you are checking those type of expenses, because these are the expenses that they sit on your credit card. You don't really recognize it. Um, it's just a small $5, $10 purchase, and you're thinking, whatever, maybe I spent that somewhere else, and you just pay it. You don't even think about it. It's one of those small expenses that you can be putting toward an investment account. You can be putting an extra $25 if you have a Netflix that you're not using as much. If you have a gym membership you're not really using. Look at those hidden expenses that you're not really using and manage them, bring them down. Maybe you need to change the plan. So let's say for me, I read a lot of Audible. Audible needs to sponsor me for real though. But I read a lot of Audible books, and they have different tiers of their membership. So they have the platinum membership, they'll have the gold membership, and I think they have like a silver membership or something like that. if you don't read a whole bunch, you can downgrade the membership to maybe like a gold or a silver membership where you won't be paying $25 a month. You might be paying $15 a month. There you go. You save some money. You still get to enjoy the membership, get the same benefits, but you just save a little money. Same with the Netflix. They just announced that you can now have an ad-based subscription. I think it's going to be like $6.99 for that. Maybe you need to go that route to save an extra $10 on the membership, because I know Netflix is getting kind of crazy with how they're doing their membership. So make sure you check that out. Make sure you're managing those subscriptions, because they can really eat you alive. Next is going to be the biggest thing that is going to be, I think this is the biggest thing that people struggle with. This is credit cards. Credit cards are a super big money waster. And here in the United States, they kind of put them down your throats where you're kind of forced to get a credit card. We have cars on loans. We have houses on loans. When you go to get an apartment, they're going to be looking at your credit score, your credit history, and to see if you're a good client for them to rent a property out to. So credit is going to be very important in the United States, but it also can be an issue because you set yourself up where you're going to be paying a whole bunch of interest to credit cards where you didn't need to pay it. You could be either paying cash for it, or you could set it up where you pay it off at the end of the month in full. But a lot of people struggle with doing this. They have a card, they're like, yeah, I use it, and then I'll pay some of it off. They don't think, okay, I'm going to be paying interest on this every month, and then over the next 5 months, 10 months, I'll be blowing an extra $400 or $500 that I could have used somewhere else. So be wary of that. Be wary of the interest, because they will eat you alive. Be careful with that, and make sure you're paying your credit cards off in full. And again, don't get yourself in a situation. This is really based on living below your means. Don't get yourself in a situation where you have it set up where you're not, what you're buying, you cannot afford today. If you can't pay for it in cash, and if you can't pay the credit card off immediately, don't buy it. Don't make the purchase. Stay true to that. And that'll get you out of a lot of those issues. So next, this is one of those things that I see a lot of people do. I do this too sometimes. As you can see, I just got the brand new iPhone. If you follow me on Instagram, make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. I just got the brand new iPhone 14. I love my iPhone 14. The camera quality looks great, to be honest. I'm shooting this video on the iPhone 14 right now. You can see all the crispness that's going on with it. But getting the latest gadgets all the time isn't always the best option. Sometimes, 9 times out of 10, the one that you have now works a lot better or just as good as the new one. This is a perfect example, the iPhone 13 to the 14. I don't really see the big difference in the camera quality on how things work. So maybe it's just better to stick with the older model. You save some money. You don't need to put out an extra $1,000 for an item, a gadget, a watch, a car, a laptop, or something that you don't need when you have a perfectly good working technology that works perfectly fine. Why get something new? Save your money, put it towards something that can actually benefit you long-term investment wise, and set yourself up where you can actually afford to pay for it twice later down on throughout the years or so. So make sure you're not spending and blowing a whole bunch of money on that. And as Black Friday's coming up, look for deals. Look for steals and deals. Don't be looking for the latest gadget where you're going to be blowing a whole bunch of money. Next is going to be paying for more expensive stuff that have experiences attached to them. So a lot of times when you're going into the store, they have the standard section, and then they have like more the clearance section. Check out the clearance section a little bit more. Sometimes you have your flights where you have the expensive flight, and then you have the standard flight. You're going to be getting to the same place. You're going to be getting the same type of product, the same type of good. But a lot of people set it up where, oh, I have to get the coolest, the brand new, coolest, convenient thing ever because it's going to help me time wise, or it's going to look a little cooler. You don't always need to pay for the most convenient thing available. Sometimes you can save a couple $100. Taking a flight, for example, you can save a couple hundred, even a couple $1,000 on a standard flight versus the first class flight. You don't need to always fly first class. This is for these people that are making a lot of money that are watching it today. You don't always need to fly first class. Fly the standard option. Don't always go big. For people that have these massage people, you can go with the standard massage. You don't gotta get all the bells and whistles on top of it. I was just at the car dealer the other day getting a car wash. They wanted to put like extra wax and all this other stuff on the car. Like, no, just give me the basic car wash, the standard, put some basic wax on there, call it a day. Save me $30. I don't need the extra stuff. Keep it simple. That's the way you're going to be saving money, and avoid these issues, these biggest pitfalls that a lot of people get into. Credit cards is a big issue. Food is a big issue. Those subscriptions are really going to kill you, and buying stuff that is just extra that you don't really need. Because on this channel, we're about saving money, investing, and growing it so we can live the life that we can afford. So without further ado, make sure you spam the like button, and also sub down below for more content like this. And if you have anything that you like to blow money on, let me know down in the comment section down below. I want to hear about it. And that's going to wrap it up. It's me, your boy. Blessed Applesauce. Stay blessed. And we'll see you next time. I'm blessed to invest.
Just to see tomorrow is a blessing. Stay prayed up is the message. Everything about it.